Alright, ready? Yeah, are you gonna giggle? Hi everyone, welcome back to a new video. My name is Hannah. I'm here with my best friend Kacie, who you've seen in other videos, and we're gonna talk about all the books we want to read in February. Alright, so we're gonna kind of alternate, like each of us is gonna say a book. So the first book that I am for sure picking up in February is House of Earth and Blood by Sarah J. Maas. This is the first Crescent City book. I am rereading this because the second book comes out, so this is kind of like a twofer, because obviously I'm going to be picking up House of Sky and Breath when it's released. It comes out February 15th, so I'll be picking it up right on release date, but I need to do my reread first because it's been a couple years since I've read this one, and the story is not very fresh to me. I've never reread it. I've only read it the one time, so I want to reread it so I'm ready to go into the second book. So you all know Sarah J. Maas is my favorite author of all time, so I always highly anticipate her releases. This is kind of different from her other series, though. It's more urban fantasy, like they have cars and cell phones and stuff, but in this world there's like all kinds of magical creatures. There's fae, there's pixies, there's vampires, werewolves, fallen angels, all that kind of stuff. And it follows Bryce Quinlan, who has something very tragic happen to her. And so she kind of wants to solve this mystery of this thing that happened to her. And so she teams up with this guy Hunt, and they start trying to like solve this mystery. So it's got a little bit of a mystery aspect to it along with all of the fantasy. And I just remember really, really loving it. I do have a full vlog up for this with spoilers and everything, but it was one of my first videos that I made when I started my channel, so it might be a little bit cringe. But yeah, I'll definitely be picking this one up in February.
This is the first thing I'm going to read. It's a manga. It's called Given. My friend recommended it to me because it's about a boy band. Yeah, I honestly can't say anything else that it's about besides that it's about a boy band and it's a manga. It's my first manga that I'm going to be reading.
I think you have to read like not only back to front, but right to left. Like you'd have to start over here, I think, in manga.
Oh, okay. I'll try it out.
Yeah.
But yeah, the boy band and the fact that it's gay is why I'm reading this.
So I already said that I was for sure picking up House of Sky and Breath, so I'm just going to pop the picture up on the screen somewhere, but I'll definitely be picking that one up, obviously, because it gets released this month. But I will also be doing another Sarah J. Maas reread because I've just been rereading her books lately. I just finished my reread of the Throne of Glass series, and I reread most of the ACOTAR series. I skipped ACOTAR and just started with A Court of Mist and Fury, and then I just continued on the reread. So I will be rereading A Court of Silver Flames this month. I think about this book all the time, and I love it so much. I read it 3 times last year. It was my favorite book of 2021, and I'm really excited to do a reread, even though I've already read it numerous times. I just love this book so, so much. It follows the events.
What was that?
It fell off the jaw. That scared the shit out of
I'm
me.
guessing it's because I'm leaning against this.
Oh yeah, probably it wiggled just enough. Hopefully those books don't fall.
I won't lean against it.
Okay. Scared the shit out of me. I don't know what part of came falling down at. Okay. But anyways, this follows the events of the original trilogy, so you kind of have to, I mean, you definitely have to read those books before you read this one, so I don't want to really give a synopsis on this one. I don't even want to say who it's following. If you don't already know, just go read the original trilogy first and then read this one. It's so, so good, and I just love it so much.
Okay. This is the next book I'm going to be reading. What If It's Us? I can't tell you what it's about because I don't know, once again, but also
That's how I am with most of these. If I haven't read it yet, I'm like, I just want to go into it based on the very little information I know of it.
I know that it is also gay. I picked this up a couple days ago because I read Simon versus the Homo Sapiens Agenda, and
for the first time.
Yeah, and Leah on the Offbeat. And this is half by the same author. This is my Harry Styles book. You can cut that out.
I'm not cutting that out.
I also plan on, I haven't bought it yet, but I'm going to buy the second one, what did I...
Wait, where was it?
Oh,
There,
Here's to Us is the second book in this one. I will be also picking that up at some point, probably when I finish this. Yeah, I'm pretty excited about this one. It sounds good, and so does the sequel.
All right, the next one that I will be picking up in February, I've been meaning to get to for a while, and that is A Curse So Dark and Lonely by Bridget Kemmerer. I have heard this compared to ACOTAR, but I think mostly the comparison comes from the fact that they're both Beauty and the Beast retellings. So that's pretty much all I know about this book, is that it's like a Beauty and the Beast retelling, and the main character has cerebral palsy. So I'll be very interested to read about that. I don't think I've ever read any other books with a main character who has cerebral palsy, maybe one other, but that'll be an interesting read. And yeah, I don't really know very much about it. I just know like the tagline on here says, fall in love, break the curse, save the kingdom. And that just sounds like exactly what I want to read right now. I'm in a very fantasy reading mood, and I have wanted to read this one for years and just never got to it. And I believe all of the books in this series are out now. I think the final book came out last year. So if I love it, I can binge the whole series, which I'm really excited about.
Okay. I just bought this yesterday. Hannah said that it was good.
I'm so excited for you to read it.
I had found it on a list of like LGBTQ books, and we were at Target yesterday, and I saw it, and I was like, Han, what about this? It's a little different from what I've been reading recently, which is more like young adult. And so I'm excited to read this because it's more adult than young adult.
Less cutesy, more tragic.
The things I've been reading have been very cutesy, and I'm ready for like a little bit of a change, but not too much.
There's
So,
a theme, obviously, with all her books. If you haven't noticed, she's reading only gay books lately.
Right, I am.
All right, the next book I'll be picking up in February is Vesper Teen by Margaret Rogerson. I have read the other two Margaret Rogerson books. I think she only has those other two. I wasn't a huge fan of The Enchantment of Ravens, but I did really, really like Sorcery of Thorns, so I was interested to pick this one up. I also really liked the artwork on the cover. Again, I don't know very much about this. I think that this girl is just training to become a Grey Sister, I think they call it. It's like part of like a convent. Part of a convent. And the convent gets attacked by possessed soldiers, and so she like tries to defend it and accidentally, or maybe intentionally, awakens the spirit to help defend it. So that's all I know. That's all I need to know. It sounds very magical, and yeah, I really liked Sorcery of Thorns, how it was kind of like a lighter fantasy. So I'll be interested to see what this one's all about once I pick it up.
The fourth one that I will be reading is Written in the Stars. I just also bought this yesterday. I follow the author on Instagram, I think, or Twitter, maybe both. And she was promoting like her most recent book that I think comes out soon, or
Comes out February 1st.
Sure.
It's the third book in this series.
Yeah, so I'm reading the first one in the series.
It's so good.
I'm excited about this as well. Hannah said that it's Pride and Prejudice retelling, so I know it's gonna be good.
It's so good.
Just based on that.
They're so cute.
But there's a Christina Lauren blurb on the front. That's saying something. But yeah, this, and then I'll probably read the second one and the third one
after you finish it.
Yeah.
I loved the second one of that series. That one's really good too, but I loved the second one even more, so I'm excited for you to read them. All right, and then the last book that I have that I am like for sure planning to get to in February is King of Battle and Blood by Scarlett St. Clair. This is the same author as the A Touch of Darkness series, which I really liked A Touch of Darkness, but I didn't really like the next book in that series. So I'm kind of curious to see how I'll feel about this one. Basically, it's like a vampire fantasy romance. So this vampire king is like, this girl is forced to marry this vampire king, and she obviously doesn't like vampires, hates vampires, and wants to kill him. So she plans to like marry him so she can assassinate him. But he catches her before she can, and he threatens to kill her and bring her back as a vampire if she attempts to kill him again. And that just sounds like the perfect enemies to lovers situation, which I absolutely adore. It's also giving From Blood and Ash vibes just from the cover. It was Jodie's from Vanilla Moon's, her Patreon book club pick for January, and I didn't have a chance to get to it in January, but I still definitely want to pick this one up because it sounds right up my alley.
Okay, so the last book/books that I will be reading are fanfics on Wattpad/AO3. I got back into reading late last year from reading fanfics. So I have like a list of ones that I want to read and a couple that I want to reread.
I love that.
What?
I just like rereading.
Oh, yeah. So that is also on my February TBR.
So these are all of the books that, well, I plan on reading these ones. Kacie plans on reading those. I'm hoping that I can read more than this, obviously, but these are the, like, for sure ones that I'm going to get to. Like, I'm going to make these a priority, and I'm really, really excited about all of these. Obviously, my most anticipated release is coming out this month. I need Kacie to read Crescent City because she's also a Sarah J. Maas fan.
The way you described it, it sounded great.
Oh,
I'm just not in the mood right now.
When you are in a fantasy mood, I
Yeah.
think you'll love it. And you should pick it up right away. But yeah, hopefully I have some other books that I definitely want to get to in February, but these are the ones that I for sure want to get to. And yeah, I'm just really excited about it. So let me know in the comments down below if you have read any of these ones that we've talked about, if what you think of Kacie's TBR.
That is completely different
It's
from
completely
yours.
different. Mine is all fantasy. Hers is all gay contemporary romance. So yeah, just let me know down in the comments if you've read any of these and what your thoughts were, or what book you are most excited to read in February. I would love to hear it. And thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you all in my next one. Bye!
Bye.